Okay, let's summarize where we are. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 primary scaffolds, multiple leaders. We have some things that are busy in the center. We've got a nice wide open cone here, allowing light to tumble down to the core. And then I've got a few other cuts I'm going to make. I'm going to make a few heading cuts on the tops of these branches, and I want to bring this tree along a little bit. I want it a little taller, maybe another 2 or 3 feet. So I'll make moderate cuts in the vicinity of 50% of the previous year's growth. If you can see this little stub here, this indicates where this tree was pruned last winter. Subsequently, this last summer, it grew there. So I'm going to cut to always an out-facing bud, always an out-facing bud, and I'm going to cut it back about half its length. I'm going to go 1, 2, and leave this one to the end. 3, 4, want all branches to end in a single growth. 5, moving around. The single extension concept, head, and head. Okay. I can examine the lateral framework, lateral. Laterals loaded with fruit buds. Let me do the little fruit bud litany thing here. Fruit bud, fruit bud, fruit bud, fruit bud, fruit bud, fruit bud, fruit bud. You get the picture. But I think for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to let this stuff lie. And then I have a little bit of training to do with this tree. Training involves the manipulating of branches. You have 2 options. You can let it ride high, or you can bend it down towards horizontal. This is a basic plant physiology principle. Upright growth is vegetatively vigorous. It grows. As a branch, either with the weight of its wood and or the weight of its fruit, bends down towards horizontal, or you, as a bud manipulator, a tree trainer, bend it down towards horizontal, it stops growing and starts fruiting. So that's one option. If something's weak, tie it up. If something's too strong, tie it or spread it down. The other aspect of tree training is horizontal movement. For instance, if 2 branches are too close together, that would apply here, move them. Some options for moving branches. Well, that was much less TV, huh? You have spreaders of different types. This is very simple to make at home and pretty cheap. Redwood lath with a V-notch cut in the end. And then you can purchase online these metal, or there's some plastic spreaders. They have a little point at the end. You can jab it into the trunk so it doesn't blow out in the wind, and it does not hurt the tree. So let me just go around and talk about training these. This is a little too tight here, so I'm going to go old school, use wooden. I'm just going to separate these a little bit. Plenty of separation, in fact a little too much. I'm good. I've got a nice alley of light. I've got a nice alley of light. I've got a nice alley of light. I got a weak branch that is too close to its neighbor. 2 things. I said we'd leave this to the end. I'm going to prune it very hard down to 1 bud to get it to grow and catch up, but I'm also going to spread it. And in fact, one of the old-fashioned nicknames for this type of tree pruning and training is head and spread. So we did some heading, and we're doing some spreading. Let's see if I could move this so it's a little more equidistant here. And the answer is, yep, pretty much. Okay, that one there. Love it. It's filling space. What if we spread this just a tad like that? And then while we're at it, let's take a final look. Like I said earlier, I'm satisfied. I'm tickled too. Back to you.